Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. Manase party workers slapped a sweet vendor in a place called Mira Road. Mira Road is suburbs of Mumbai. They slapped this sweet vendor because he refused to speak Marathi. The entire country is up in arms. A lot of people, especially a lot of Bharatiya Janata Party leaders are up in arms, and there has been war of words. Now, a group of people from a political party going and slapping a vendor, and a language row suddenly sparking in the city, in the state, in the country, and people getting angry about it. Is this picture as simple as what we see it? Or is there something more to it? Let's discuss the bigger picture. Let's get right into the show. For starters, I was born and brought up in Maharashtra. I speak fairly fluent Marathi. And I believe that it is necessary for a person to understand, speak, and possibly read Marathi if one is staying in Mumbai or Maharashtra. Now, the reason I believe this is not because there is a Manse person who may come and hit me or somebody else threatens me. It is because I believe that I should relate to the state, I should relate to the culture of the state that I live in. I should relate to the tradition, I should relate to the art, the culture, the entire state. I can only belong to Maharashtra if I understand Maharashtra. And the way to understand Maharashtra is Marathi, and Marathi therefore becomes my window to Maharashtra. Because it's like this. You see, when you are in a cold climate, you go to a city which is snowing, you wear warm clothing, you wear hand gloves, don't you? You must have never worn it ever in your life, especially if you are from place like Mumbai. You wouldn't even know what warm clothing is all about. We don't. But when you go to a cold place, you will wear, no? You are wearing because you are adjusting to the climate you are in. You don't wear that because the locals wear it. You don't wear that because somebody told you you wear it. You wear it because you want to feel good in the place you are. Feel comfortable in the place you are. So you wear those gloves and those jackets and all that. It is for your sake that you wear it, not for somebody else's sake. And that's exactly what regional language does to a person. Whether it is Marathi in Maharashtra, Kannada in Karnataka, Tamil in Tamil Nadu, or Gujarati in Gujarat. That's exactly what it does to a person who stays in another state. The person becomes comfortable with that state and possibly one with that state in some form or another. And that's why I think that learning a regional language, I think, is, to my mind, is a must if you are decided to stay in that particular state. If you are going there as a tourist, you can afford not to. But if you are decided to stay in that state, then it is not about ego. Nahi sikega to kya? All that, it's not about ego. It is about you being comfortable. It is for your own sake. It is for your own comfort. It is for your own understanding. And if you are a person who likes to go into depth of things, then it is for your own understanding and imbibing the culture of that state. It is for your own understanding and imbibing the tradition, the literature, the art, the music of that state. And believe me, it is a brilliant experience. It is a brilliant experience. So that's point number one. Point number two, of course, who is going to condone acts like going and slapping somebody because he doesn't speak a particular language. Who is going to condone it? Nobody. And I think that is absolutely absurd and that is really unfair, unbecoming of a political party, of slapping somebody on the streets. I think the reason that it happened, the reason this entire Marathi row that's happening recently in Mumbai is not necessarily because all of a sudden, you see, Manse got up to kind of protect Marathi. I don't think that's the reason why it's happening. And that's my part 2 of this editorial. You see, Uddhav Thackeray and Raj Thackeray have come together. At least on stage, they came together. On paper, no, because Raj Thackeray is still Manasse and Uddhav Thackeray is still Shiva Sena UBT. That has not changed. That status has not changed. They are still the president of their own parties, but they have come together on that particular stage, and they said that as brothers, we are uniting, which is possibly more of a social status than a political status. So let us understand that first. Secondly, the fact that Raj Thackeray and Uddhav Thackeray came together helps Devendra Fadnavis much more than what it helps Raj Thackeray and Uddhav Thackeray. Yes, Devendra Fadnavis, our chief minister, and also the Bharatiya Janata Party leader of Maharashtra. Now you may ask me, how is this working? And the answer to that is, you see, the biggest challenger to Devendra Fadnavis today in Maharashtra is not a Sharad Pawar, is not an Uddhav Thackeray, not at all. The biggest challenger to Devendra Fadnavis is somebody from his own alliance, that is Eknath Shinde. Eknath Shinde is the current head of Shiva Sena. Shiva Sena, mind you, had split. And Eknath Shinde, because he had more people with him, got the name and style of Shiva Sena. Got money. The final verdict is still not come. The next hearing is on 14th of July. But as of today, he has the name and style of Shiva Sena. He heads Shiva Sena at the moment. This Eknath Shinde and Mr. Devendra Fadnavis does not get along well at all. Because Eknath Shinde still believes he is the chief minister. Eknath Shinde still believes he was deprived of the opportunity to become the chief minister of Maharashtra, because he believes that this alliance, that is the NDA alliance or whatever they call it, the Mahayuti alliance in Maharashtra, won because of his leadership, his 2 years of chief minister stint. He believes that. And he believes that he deserves the chair, not Devendra Fadnavis. If one has to believe experts, then the verdict is even split in the Bharatiya Janata Party camp. A lot of people say that there are senior leaders, very senior leaders in Bharatiya Janata Party who are seen backing Eknath Shinde openly and very strongly. And as of today, backing Eknath Shinde means going against Devendra Fadnavis. So like I told you, Devendra Fadnavis has more challenges from within that his alliance than from outside. Now the fact is, the only way Eknath Shinde can be contained, especially when he has backing from Bharatiya Janata Party senior leadership, the only way he can be contained if Shiva Sena, especially the Shiva Sena that currently headed by Shinde, that Shiva Sena is contained. If that Shiva Sena proves to be insignificant in the next 5 months. Now put yourself in a strategic chair. What do you think you would do? The best way to do it is to ensure that it is made clear to the voters of Maharashtra that this Shiva Sena that Eknath Shinde is heading, this Shiva Sena is not the real Shiva Sena. This is not the real Shiva Sena. The best way to relaunch a brand is to ensure that you re-establish the essence of the brand, the core essence of the brand. The core essence of Shiva Sena has always been the aggression. The core essence of Shiva Sena has always been, you may be ruling the assembly, we rule the streets. This is precisely what Shiva Sena stood for. Somewhere down the line between, Shiva Sena had lost this power, this sting, the aggression. And by Uddhav and Raj Thackeray coming together, this is precisely what the new improved Shiva Sena just got that day. Their sheer coming together, their sheer presence together brought back that old Shiva Sena. Every Shiva Sainik, every Shiva Sena loyalist today, no matter where he stands today, would want to be in that particular camp where the Thackeray brothers are there. What does that do to Eknath Shinde Shiva Sena? This Shiva Sena of Eknath Shinde all of a sudden looks irrelevant. All of a sudden looks fake, duplicate, not real, whatever you want to call it. Now, if you do that, if you achieve that, what really happens is that Eknath Shinde becomes irrelevant. Starting now, the power that Eknath Shinde managed to garner over last 2 years in Maharashtra, the popularity that Mr. Eknath Shinde managed to garner over last 2 years in Maharashtra, that popularity, that power recedes. That ensures that Devendra Fadnavis gets rid of one challenger, Eknath Shinde. And also, in the process, sends message to the senior leadership who is supporting Eknath Shinde from Bharatiya Janata Party that, listen, Maharashtra is completely under my control. Something similar to what Yogi had done with the senior leadership, with the same senior leadership in Uttar Pradesh. Something similar. I think Devendra Fadnavis is trying to do the same. Now, a lot of you may be wondering that would therefore Devendra Fadnavis allow the Brihan Mumbai election to be kind of put into jeopardy, because obviously the brothers coming together, and if they fight together, it may have its own ramification on Bharatiya Janata Party and their prospects in the BMC stroke TMC elections. Now, TMC elections again is a challenge for Eknath Shinde Shiva Sena, because Thane has been a place which has been the foundation, the constituency of Eknath Shinde. So it will be a challenge for Eknath Shinde. And Mumbai, if at all, because of this union, if Devendra Fadnavis loses Mumbai, it is a very small price for him to pay. It's because for Devendra Fadnavis, currently, the assembly is absolutely strong. There is no threat from any person, any political party, any opposition for Devendra Fadnavis. So, primarily, if at all, he has to pay by losing BMC, it would be a small price to pay. And the fact that Eknath Shinde may lose Thane because of the Thackeray brothers coming together, that would be another gain for Devendra Fadnavis. So, like I said in the beginning of my show, I think this is a larger strategy. I think the person who gained the most out of the Thackeray brothers coming in formally, informally, that has to be seen, is Devendra Fadnavis. And last but not the least, Thackeray brothers coming together is very good. Very good for Shiv Sena, very good for Marathi Manus, very good for a strong opposition in Maharashtra. But to my mind, I am not yet convinced that this relationship is going to be permanent or long term. I am still not convinced. Because somewhere down the line, Raj Thackeray has still got his network with the Bharatiya Janata Party and the NDA, whereas Uddhav Thackeray is firmly placed with the MVA at the moment. Unless and until Uddhav Thackeray decides to get rid of MVA, or Raj Thackeray decides to get rid of NDA and then come together and fight elections, one wonders, where will this boat with these two brothers go? NDA side or MVA side? Or would it be tugging each other? So to conclude, 4 things. 1 is, I think it is necessary, important to learn the language of the state, country you're staying in. It is important not for any other sake but your own sake. 2, I believe that bringing about Uddhav Thackeray and Raj Thackeray together is not just a decision that Uddhav Thackeray or Raj Thackeray took on their own. It was part of a larger political strategy. This is what I believe. 3, I believe that this union that has happened is definitely going to help the Uddhav Thackeray, that is UBT, Shiv Sena UBT and Manase, if they come together and fight the BMC and TMC election, it is definitely going to help them. And finally, I believe that this language row that we are seeing recently, this language row, more than it being cultural issue, this is more of a political strategy. These are the 4 points I wanted to make through this editorial. Till I see you next time. That's tomorrow at 10. Namaskar.